Well, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Jiujitsu2000 here today. I'm back. I hope you guys are doing wonderful. I've got an interesting video for you today. Let's go ahead and get started. On the left here, you can see I have the Olight Perun headlamp. And on the right, I have the brand new release, the Olight Perun 2 headlamp. Now in this video, it's my objective to talk about this little black area up in the top of the lens of these lights. This is the proximity sensor on these lights. And what I want to do is I want to talk about the differences between what the original Perun does in reference to that proximity sensor versus the new Perun 2 and the improvements that they've made in this proximity sensor. Now, before I get too deep into explaining that, let me clarify something just in case there might be somebody out there watching who does not understand what this proximity sensor does or what its job is. So what this little black area does is it is a sensor, and in the event that the light gets too close to an object, this sensor will see that and it will reduce the light output to a low level, and as a result the temperature that's generated of the light will also reduce. You got to remember that this original Perun cranks out 2,000 lumens, and this new one cranks out 2,500 lumens. So they do produce a little bit of heat. Now on the original, depending on what color, whether it's a light color or a dark color, what color the object is that comes into contact with the lens will determine the distance of when this thing will reduce down. Now let me explain one more quick thing. On this light, the original Perun, if you're on medium or higher, so not moonlight mode and not low, but if you're on medium, high, turbo, or SOS, and something gets between 1.5 inches to 4 inches away, this thing, and you're on one of those higher settings that I mentioned, this thing will reduce down to low. Okay, so on moonlight mode, it's just going to keep going. It's not going to reduce. And if you're on low, it's just going to keep going. It's not going to reduce. But medium, high, turbo, and SOS, it will reduce if you get close enough to an object. Again, that difference between 1.5 inches to 4 inches is determined by whether that object is a light-colored or dark-colored object. Now let's move forward over to the Perun 2. This is where they made some big changes, and I'm very happy about these changes. If you're on moonlight mode, low or medium, there is no effect from the proximity sensor. So the very least that you will get is going to be medium, which is it's very nice because you get a higher light output. So if you're on high, turbo, or SOS, and an object gets close to it, the distance is a little different. It's anywhere from 4 inches all the way out to about 12 inches because this is a brighter light, so that sensor will sense things a little further out. So again, high, turbo, or SOS, this thing will reduce down to medium, not low like this one. It'll reduce down to medium. Now another thing that I want to talk about is in the event that these lights fall down and the lens is down like this, on this one, it doesn't matter what setting you're on. You could be on moonlight mode, you could be on low, medium, high, turbo, or SOS. If it's face down or there's an object that gets in the way that does not get out of the way, in 1 minute, this light will turn off. Now, on the Perun 2, they changed that, and I love the change. Moonlight mode, low mode, and medium mode, falling down like this won't affect this light at all. The light will stay on forever, as long as you're moonlight mode, low, or medium. Now, when you go to high, turbo, or SOS, after 1 minute, this proximity sensor will shut this light off as well. So it's a very cool option. Now again, let's not forget that the proximity on this Perun 2 will only work if you're on high, turbo, or SOS only. Again, moonlight mode, low, or medium, there is no such thing as a proximity sensor on this light, as far as I'm concerned. Now it steps down to medium instead of low, so the result of that step down is you get more light, which I really, really like. So if this light falls down and you're on moonlight mode, it'll stay on forever. Low, it'll stay on forever. Medium, stays on forever. Again, it's just high, turbo, or SOS that this thing will shut down if it falls down like that. Very cool function. I really, really like it. It gives it more potential for more light without reducing itself, because this Perun, there might be people out there that are excited about this thing shutting down in 1 minute no matter what mode you're on, because maybe they're out there trying to conserve their battery life and they don't want this thing staying on forever. Maybe they're, you know, wanting that thing to do what it's supposed to do. So for those people, if you're worried about battery life, then you might go with the original. If you don't care about moonlight mode, low, or medium, you want that thing to stay on rain or shine, this is probably the light for you. Again, when you step up to high, turbo, or SOS, that's when this goes into effect. So with all that being said, folks, I want to say thank you for joining me today on this video comparing the Olight Perun versus the Olight Perun 2 in relation to the proximity sensors. I hope you got some good useful information out of this video. Please feel free to leave your comments down below. Like this video. Like the video. Share this video. And until next time, folks, thanks for watching. Hope you have a beautiful day. And we'll see you next time. Bye for now.